downtown Detroit. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Detroit Lions. On the visitor sideline, the Dolphins head coach. His guys were winners a week ago, but the victories have been few and far between this season. Across the field, it is Lions head coach Dan Campbell. His team already has the X by their name. They have clinched the division. Now it's all about best seeding in the NFC playoffs. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get this one going. Jake Bates set to get it started. And off we go from forefield. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
To the air now on 1st and 10. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 3.
Go! Hawk 70.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming.
Here we go. Here we go.
He's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Just to get the throw away and completes it. 2nd time they've connected on this drive, and 19 yards out of this one. Here's a give to Achane. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Ready.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Okay, great.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
A run up the middle with Achane. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put it into that play really before it ever got started.
That one incomplete. Humphrey outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is 4th down. Folk's kick is good. And the Dolphins will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time, they'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
60 red. 60 red.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. That's Bradley Chubb. They're on the stop. 3rd down, they need 5.
Ready, ready. Set, go.
Here's a give to Gibbs on the zone read. Inside the 35. And he will score. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Lions move out to a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 18.
They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Check.
3rd down, 3 to go. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, a loose football. The Lions have got it. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop him with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions extend their advantage to 14-3. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big-time play for the Dolphins. 36 yards.
Let's go.
Now, faking the give. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Ready?
They'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run.
Okay,
if you're
break.
not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Achane. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. One quarter in the books. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the 2nd quarter. 2nd and 10 as we are ready to get back underway.
No!
2nd down, zone read, and he keeps it. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Check!
On the carry, it's Achane. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now this time they'll look to throw. To the end zone, it's intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. And the Lions are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the 1st half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Set, ready.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he gets him out of danger and then some, up past the 20-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Pushed out to his left. Catch is made by Wright. And he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
Ready. Here we go. Ready?
They hand it to Gibbs. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 20. First down, Detroit.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Down. Ready?
A run up the middle, it is. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And his great first half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard chunk play, one after another.
Hut.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Set.
He'll look to throw. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line.
Ready.
They work 1st and 10. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
Set. 33. Yep. Ready.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Set.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Isaac Teslam. And the Lions are looking at a 1st and goal. He takes it all the way down to the 2.
Ready. Ready. Set.
Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown. Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions move out to a 21-3 advantage. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Dolphins offense ready to get back to work. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the... It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. It was Derek Barnes with the stop. They face second down and 7. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
Let's go now.
Now they'll set up to throw. That one intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course.
And he's got another one. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown Detroit. What a half he is putting together. That's his 3rd touchdown already. That is about as good a half as you will ever see out of a running back. Greg, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the first half.
And he's been the difference maker, Mike. I mean, I wish I had him on my fantasy team. I mean, this guy has come out with something to prove today. I can't wait to see what he has in store for the second half.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Bronco switch. Bronco
Play
switch.
action. He'll set up to throw. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked up by Terrion Arnold.
There's really no other way to put it, Mike. This has just been a rough outing for the young rookie quarterback. And I think everyone understands going into these games, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be learning moments that these guys are going to gain that they can only gain through experience. The problem is, it's really hard to have positive learning experience.
And he will score again. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10.
Cowboy 80.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment.
Ready.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Come on. Set.
Tight end going in motion here. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Reload.
And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there. And it's going to lead to 4th down. So 4th down, and the Aussie, Tory Taylor, on to kick it away. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet.
Ready, set, cut.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It is a huge play for Detroit. It's a gain of 34.
The nice thing about these crossing routes, Mike, is it doesn't stress your protection. It's a very easy, high percentage completion for the quarterback, and when done right, you can get the ball into the hands of your receiver in open space with a lot of room to run after the catch.
That's over the middle, caught by Taslav. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. That's right side and brought in by Williams. To the 10-yard line. He is out of bounds there. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
They're pretty close. That one taken in. Amon-Ra, safe grab. Touchdown, Detroit. That touchdown, number 11 on the year. Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions will add one more onto their big lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10.
Ready. 70 left.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He takes off. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Ready, go! 60 by 6.
Douglas in motion.
Ready.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Get it. 77. Go.
Has completed to Douglas. Now Miami going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to the air one more time. That one out wide to Achane. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. He'll get up here and spike it, and time for one final play right here. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down.
19, charge. Ready.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, It's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
First half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This one taken at the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going.
Set, hut, set.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out wide. To the right side, that's St. Brown. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 1.
Ready. Hut, hut.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
On the ready. Set, ready. Hut.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see him, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Ready, ready.
Go, 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 go.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he's into the end zone, and they are making it look easy. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
The Dolphins offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on first and 10. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Kirby Joseph there to make the play. Here's 2nd and 6. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. 3rd and 5.
Cowboy 80.
They'll motion the slot man right. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
They'll try it now with Achane. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the third quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue, and I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one.
Yellow, 22. Ready, go.
Now, faking the give. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. Hut, hut.
On the handoff, this is Gibbs. Finding room to the 20. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 8-yard line. A long one from Gibbs. 31 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. On the run to the right. He runs with it, and he's in. Touchdown, Detroit. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10.
Roll!
Quick throw on the RPO. It's Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Hey!
They'll throw out of the gun. That is into the hands of Wicks. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Let's go!
He'll look to throw. He'll step up and run. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
He's got it at the 3, and he's in. Dontavian Wicks, touchdown Dolphins. Folks, extra point is good, and the Dolphins will get just a bit closer. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
Black swap. Here we go. Hut.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. He's inside the 35. A terrific run. He's got this one down inside the 30-yard line.
Set. Ready. Go.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
Ready.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal.
Set. Hut. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
That 1st and goal sack now changes everything defensively, Mike. You imagine that you're in a 4-down territory where the offense is going to try to take advantage of the field position and punch it in over the goal line. Now, can you hold up on 2nd and 3rd down and come away with forcing a field goal, which in this situation, I think is a huge win.
Rolling right. That is hot. What a job on the scramble. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. That his second touchdown of the game. Numbers 11, 12 on the season. Bates now for the extra point. And he missed it. It's no good. One of the few things that's gone wrong so far. So they're unable to add one more point onto this big lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Ready, go!
They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Ready! Ready!
To the air now on 1st and 10. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get their man, and it's no gain.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Let's go now. Gravity line.
Throwing now from the gun. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout.
Let's go. Set.
Here's Gibbs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Set.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
Come on, set. Yellow, 43. Watch out now.
Now they'll set up to throw. That one on target. Williams, he's got it.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Ready.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
Come on. Set. Hawk 70. Hop.
On 1st and 10, it's Achane. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
On the set.
3rd down. 3 to go. Thrown on the run, but it's off target. Behind his man, and that is incomplete.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal. But nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
He'll try to run for it. And he's got the first down. He'll slide to a stop and take it to first and goal. The Lions called their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Go! 70 Lions. Ready.
They'll send a tight end in motion. H.S. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal.
Ready.
On the bootleg, he'll look under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. Here's the third and final timeout for the Lions. We'll talk things over before third down.
On the ready. Here we go. Ready.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Dan Campbell there, the Lions head coach, as his guys head back out for their next possession. And this crowd certainly has liked what they have seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in. They have not disappointed as they have the advantage here in the fourth. Coming across, he's got it in the hands of Williams. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Ready.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That is incomplete, taking the shot there as we reach the 2-minute warning.
Let's go.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. His throw left side for Tasma. He's got it. And he will have the first down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Here we go. Hut.
They'll look to throw yet again. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he'll take it on in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the fourth.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to take over once more.
Come on. Ready.
They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down, 8 yards to go.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line.
Here we go. Ready?
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Exiting the pocket right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win here for the Lions. They're able to build on the solid performance of a week ago, and they make it 2 in a row with the victory here in this one.